Professor Dr. Awadhesh Kumar Thakur, sir, welcome to the Gorkha Spirit.
Oh, thank you.
So, what's your opinion about the democracy in the context of Nepal?
Thank you for your question. So far as the question concerned with the democratic phase of Nepal or the democracy or the fruits of democracy or the norms of democracy in Nepal. First of all, it is indispensable for us to know or to have the knowledge and acquaintances with regard to the democratic norms or democratic fruits. So whenever we concentrate whenever we throw our deeper, serious and critical attention towards the firmament of politics or democracy or republic, just we come to conclusion that in Nepal, even those political hardliners or the softliners who are posted on the vital ranks, including bureaucracy to political occupants, we come to conclusion that democratic norms and democratic philosophy are entirely unacquainted with those who are the politicians nowadays, the so-called politicians. Now see, politics is not an easy game. From thousands and thousands of mass of the people, few orators come out. Among those orators, a few spokesmen. Among those few spokesmen, one politicians. And among the thousands and thousands of politicians, one leader. But here the question is, your question is in one side it is very easy, on the other side with a special context to Nepal it is very hard. Because until or unless we have well acknowledgement or well knowledge of the deeper thought and vision regarding the norms of democracy, it would be entirely impossible to lead a nation. Because the nation is led by the leaders, and the leaders must be well expert in politics. And what type of politics? Now see, so what is the political atmosphere of the people of the nation? What's the status of the people? What's the status of the community? What's the status of the youths, laborers, women? Means these all, whenever we assimilate these all things, these all perspectives, thereafter it is the duty of politicians that what type of solution the country needs. But on the name of democracy, on the name of politics, on the name of diplomacy, if politicians they do monopoly, it means in such type of democratic atmosphere anarchy comes out. So anarchy nowadays, the element of anarchism on a larger scale we can see with a special context to Nepal. And you know very well that a struggling world is full of struggles, intenses, cares, misfortunes, darts, thorns, and different types of challenging, different dynamic tasks to escape of which not less than shaving the pieces of a stone. So is the case with Nepalese people, especially Nepalese youth. For name, only democracy came to Nepal. But what's the percentage of the people who are getting fruits of democracy, who are entertaining the norms of democracy? Where is democratic right? Democracy, on the name of democracy here, is only kleptocracy. Kleptocracy, for your kind information, in kleptocracy, the reign of the horse is in the hand of the unseen persons. And the horses are already running according to the order of the riders. The riders in Nepal, particularly in Nepal, the reign of the horse, so-called politics, is not in the hands of so-called politicians in Nepal. On the name of politicians, they are only political brokers and political bargainers. There is no politician up till now. During the critical, since last more than 1.5 decades, democracy is limited within the boundary of constitution. Really, the fruits of democracy are not available to the common people. As a result of what nowadays you can see that Nepal, everywhere there is cry, struggles, stripes, and different types of different problematic tasks. As a consequence of which you can know most of the villages are already untouched with the youths. Those youths who are highly intellectuals, those youths whose calorie, whose wheat, whose conceit, whose thought, whose education, whose literacy, whose intellect can uplift the status of our country, the ethics, ego and existence of our country, they are not here. Because the real utility of their knowledge, the real utility of their studies, these all are being used by the other countries, by the foreign countries. Because until or unless you fulfill the desire, you fulfill the basic needs of the youth, then how can you expect for a better future of the nation? So the nation is nowadays is already in a tragic position, a very critical position, and there is no adjectival terminology at all on the basis of which we can explain the pathos and perils of the youths, because youths are the backbone of our nation. On the other hand, we can see that journalists are the main pillars. Journalists are the main pillars, but not all journalists, but some selected journalists are only the true nationalists who can think about the upliftment and the farewell of the nation. But most of them are already puppet into the hands of the so-called politicians. Really, they are not politicians; they are the nation sellers and they are political brokers. So, with a special context to Nepal, I don't think up till now any norm of democracy could be used, especially for the welfare and the betterment of the status of the people of our Nepal.
So it means democracy will not flourish, in your opinion?
Absolutely. Because who will flourish? The knowledge of these norms of democracy must be available to those who are our leaders. You can see whose academic status, what is his academic status, what is his intellectual status. If they are far inferior to the thought and the vision of democracy, then how can they use democracy in Nepal? Yes, by source and force, by using casteocracy, mobocracy, and just you see hypocrisy. They are already posted. They become successful to win the election, and with the and now you can see the election in democracy should be done on the basis of the freelance ideas and the freelance psychology. But you think that on the point of bullet, that country where the ballots are dropped on the point of bullet or the bullet of monetary gains, then how can we see a prosperous future of Nepal and Nepalese people and Nepalese society? I am so sorry to say you, there is no democracy at all. On the name of democracy, there is only anarchy and monopolist attitudes and only bargaining, and on the name of Democrats, they are politicians, they are only political and diplomatic brokers.
So, what political system we are practicing at this time? It's not the democracy.
Democracy is already limited within the range of within the pages of constitution. They are doing monopolist attitudes. I have already told you repeatedly, I am already saying you, that the norms and the philosophy of democracy must be available to those who are leading over our nation. Really, the politicians It is the duty of politicians to serve the people. They are not the honor of the people. They are not the master of the people. They must be where their devotion, dedication, and their honest and sincere service to the people can only strengthen the norms of democracy, otherwise not.